In this video, we are going to see how to join a Windows desktop to a domain controller. After you join a Windows desktop to a domain controller, it is going to be called as a member of the domain controller. You can join a Windows desktop, a Windows server. You can create users, groups also in the Active Directory. So we'll see how to join a computer to a domain controller, how to create users, and also how to create groups, how you can delete users. Simple tasks that related to Active Directory in order to manage a small organization. So we have one domain controller so far, and if you look at this domain controller, you can see that the network it uses is Project 1 AD Demo VNet. So if you create a second computer, you can either create a new subnet in the same virtual network so that all the machines can reach, and you don't need to make any kind of routing in this case. And this is how commonly in organization, once you install an Active Directory, either you deploy the other computers like desktops in another subnet, but they all reach together. They can talk so that you can join one computer as a member of the domain controller. So now here we have a domain controller. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a Windows desktop, and my aim is to join this virtual machine to the domain controller as a member. So I'm going to use the same resource group, that is Project 1 AD Demo. Then I would like to call this as Windows 10, then location UAE North. I don't need any redundancy, and this image is Windows 10. Then the size, this size is okay for me. Then I need to give a local username and password. Inbound ports, you can see by default RDP is open. So that is only required at this moment. Anyway, we will not run any kind of web servers in a desktop. So going to the disk, everything is fine here. Then from the networking, you can see it use the same VNet which the domain controller is connected, so that this machine by default automatically connect to the domain controller network. So I don't need to do anything specifically. So everything looks fine. I'm going to click to review plus create. That will complete the validation. It seems I missed something, so let's go back to the basic tab and complete the required information. Going back to the basic tab, I just need to confirm that I have an eligible Windows 10 license with multi-tenant hosting right. Then click create. That complete the validation. Then click to create. So this will deploy a new Windows 10, and then we will see how to join to this computer to the domain controller. Now the deployment has completed. Let's go back to the virtual machines, and we have a new member, that is Windows 10. As I told you, Windows 10 want to know who is the Active Directory in this network before we try to join this to the domain controller. Either you can log into the Windows 10, and from the network properties you can add the DNS IP address of the domain controller. But when you are practicing this in Azure, that is not the right way. You have to come here in the networking. Then from here you can see the network interface. This is similar to your network card in your computer. Just click on it. Then from the DNS server, select custom, then enter the IP address. So here the IP address is 10.0.0.4. Then enter, then click on the save button. So now the custom DNS has added to the Windows server. Let's go back to the virtual machine Windows 10, then connect now this through the RDP. it prompt for the credentials and I have entered it. Let's click OK and connect it. So now we added the DNS IP address, but this is still a standalone Windows 10. It is not yet joined to the domain controller. Once we logged in, we can join this to the domain controller. So from this PC, click on the properties, where you can see the advanced system settings. That will open the system properties, where you can find the computer name here, that is Windows 10. You can change the domain. So here the domain is adamshealth.online. So I'm not giving any IP address of the domain controller. I just give the domain name. So once I click OK, that will automatically prompt to enter the Active Directory domain controller administrator credentials. So I have entered the credentials, the admin credentials of the domain controller, then click OK. Now you can see that it prompted a welcome message, and it is asking you to restart this computer to make this effective. And you can see from here onwards, this computer is known in this network as Windows 10.adamshealth.online. So let's close this and restart it. And if you go back to the domain controller and refresh the DNS lookup zone, you can see that Windows 10 has added, and this automatically added. We didn't add it manually. Once it joined to the domain controller, it automatically get the IP address. Now we need to create a user, right? So for that, go to Active Directory, users and computers. Then from here, from the users, you can create new user here. Let's create a user called Annie. Then Annie's login name. Then Annie need a password. So I put password never expire. You can choose one of this option based upon your organization interest. So now we have a new user named Annie. Let's log into the Windows desktop with the new user. I click on the Windows 10. This time I'm gonna use Annie at adamshealth.online. So you can see that a user or a computer is presented as a member, and this is how it gonna named. So here the user is Annie at adamshealth.online. If it is a computer, then computer.domain name. So now you can see the user logged in. So let us summarize what we have learned in this video. We saw how to join a Windows desktop to a domain controller, and also we saw how to add the DNS record if you are doing this in Microsoft Azure. Then the second thing we did is we created a user. Then we logged with the new user that we created in a Windows computer. After doing this, you are now capable to set up a Windows domain controller in an organization, to join computers to that domain controller, and also to create users for the organization. So these are the basic administrator skill that in any Windows environment that you need, and you acquired it. In the next video, what we're going to do, we're going to add an additional disk to the domain controller. We will use it as a file server also. Then we share a folder to the newly added Windows 10 so that users can use a shared drive. That is all. See you in the next video.